Blades of Courage and Ferocity by the Pale Horseman. Chapter 1. A Dream Within a World of Glass. Clover looked out at the lustrous world of glassy landscape before him. The world around him was fairly small, only a few football yards in radius. From one end he could clearly see the opposite side of the world, the majority of which was a beautiful ring of crystalline nature, surrounding a magnificent palace of the same glittering mineral. I wish I was still in my bed. Clover thought, running a hand over the shaved right side of his head. No pain came from it, strange given the blow from Craig the night before. I might as well see what this dream has in store, he said to himself as he took a step forward. No cracking came from the crystal grass or flowers beneath his feet, nor any discomfort. Looking out at the strange dreamscape, Clover noticed objects, some more modern, but most in a state of antiquity, albeit well preserved. Things like swords embedded into the glass trees, shields lying on the ground, and even a couple of books strewn on the grass like some kind of hoarder's fantasy. Bet Gramps would love this place. Seems like his forte. Upon closer inspection of the items, the only things in this world that weren't transparent, glimmering piles of fragility had their colors dulled. Maybe that blow from earlier gave me a concussion, Clover said to no one in particular, wondering if he was actually lying in a hospital bed comatose. Sighing as he stopped, Clover wondered what the point of playing along with this silly dream was. When he awoke from his dream, died in his coma, or whatever was in store for him, playing around in this stupid dream wouldn't change anything. I could have been born smart, or strong, but instead Clover stopped himself before he continued. He didn't feel the discomfort of his headache, but he certainly felt the tears welling up in his eyes. If only I had been born with
power.
An alien thought sounded in his mind, causing him to turn around to scan for intruders in his isolation. What? Clover said to himself, as the same alien voice whispered again. Not words this time, though, but the vague concept of a direction. The voice was a deep growl that barely sounded human, yet he understood it. Turning on his heel, Clover walked away from the palace, walking to the rightmost side of where he had woken up, to a tree at the very edge of the world. From the edge, Clover saw a vast sea of white mist.
I have what you seek,
the voice announced once more. The growling voice was louder, booming in Clover's mind, loudly enough to make him flinch a bit. Turn the volume down, will ya? Clover said with annoyance.
I shall grant you power, but such a gift comes with a price, and when all is said and done, it will be I who comes out triumphant.
The voice said, no quieter than before. My dad is a drunk asshole. My mom is a trash goblin. I work 2 jobs to care for my bro and sis, and on top of that, I'm a dropout at 17. I'm honestly not worried about your prices or whatever, Clover said, stopping at the tree the voice beckoned him to.
Then all you must do is look up.
Looking towards the tree, Clover saw a large blade embedded into the trunk near the top. The sword had a black blade and an elegantly crafted silver hilt and guard, with brown leather wrapped delicately around the handle. What kind of joke is this? I thought you'd be an old wizard, or some kind of demon, Clover whined as he placed a hand on his hip. He got the feeling the voice would be offended, but in the dream of his own creation, he really didn't care.
This blade is known as Graham. This is the gift I give to you,
the voice replied. A smirk crossed Clover's face as he felt the restrained annoyance from the being taking up space in his mind. So you're not the sword?
In a manner of speaking, I am,
the voice said as Clover inspected the crystal tree for any kind of foothold to make his ascent easier. This is a lame dream. I'd rather be driving a race car, fighting legions of giant gummy bears, or spending the night with a cutie, Clover said defeatedly as he started working his way up the tree. The slick tree trunk was a challenge to scale without sliding back down to the ground. But after a handful of attempts, Clover finally reached the point where the tree trunk diverged into large branches. The sword was rooted deeply into the trunk, Grasping the hilt and giving a test yank, Clover realized just how deeply into the tree the sword was. "I don't suppose this just means I'm unworthy?" Clover asked.
No, fortunately, this task doesn't require a pure heart, a fated destiny, or even much brain power. Just strength. Even an imbecile such as yourself should be able to manage to pull this sword from its resting place.
The voice said with a sardonic smugness. Offended, Clover placed both hands on the hilt of the sword and took a deep breath as he pulled with all his might. Each inch dislodged was a struggle, a testament to his effort. But after what felt like several minutes of pulling, the blade slipped out of its constraint. Looking at the sword, Clover saw it beginning to regain its usual hues. No color change, though the black seemed darker and the silver seemed more radiant. Clover's body ached with the passage of effort abnormally high, even for the task he had completed. Stumbling as immense exhaustion took him, he fell from the tree, darkness seizing him before he touched the ground. With a jolt, Clover sat up in his bed. A cold sweat clung to him, and his head throbbed where the bottle hit him earlier in the day. It was just a dream. A lame dream, Clover thought, looking at his phone. He saw it was nearly 4 a.m. Still, an hour to sleep before work, Clover thought as he laid back down on his stomach. His body still ached from overuse, the same way it had in the dream. The human body is a strange thing. The last coherent thought flashed through his mind before he again fell into the abyss of rest.